Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Team Dinner. My name is Jack Maloney, and my guest today is Lizzie Johnson. Lizzie, thank you for being here.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You've seen Lizzie on Nessun, on Instagram, on any social media, at the Snowport, at Faneuil Hall, Lizzie's Bakery. We're very excited to talk sweet treats, local food, and everything in between. So let's get into it. And we're eating from O'Reilly Mexican on Cambridge Street in Cambridge. So Mexican and bakery, we're making it
Perfect.
We're making it merge. All right, so Lizzie, the question we start everyone off here is your favorite recent meal. So you're allowed to go back a year and a half, but in and around Massachusetts, what's the best meal you've had recently?
Recent meal, so I just gave birth 2 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was Karma in Concord.
Mm-hmm.
We had a sushi boat, and it was delicious and everything that I craved when I was 9 months pregnant. So it was
couldn't eat. Yeah.
It was perfect.
And Karma is they're like fancy, right? They like fires and flame. Am I thinking of the right thing? They like drinks on fire and all of that.
I think so, but I don't think it's that Karma. I think it's more of like the elevated sushi.
Okay.
You know, they have locations in Concord, Westford, Burlington, and I think their newest one just opened in Wellesley.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I can't remember if they do fire, but I feel like they.
I think I saw like one video of one
Maybe
flame.
they do,
And
yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's the place. Yeah. I think I saw like it was probably like the grand opening of Wellesley, and I saw like flaming drinks. Yeah.
That's probably it.
Sushi boat. I love a sushi boat. How many varieties of sushi on there? Like 10?
It was like Chef's Choice. But I think it was like 10 different kinds. Yeah. 10 to 12 different kinds. It was huge.
That's awesome. I can only imagine if you are a sushi lover waiting 9 months to indulge.
Like literally all I ate when I was pregnant because I craved sushi and poke bowls.
Yeah.
I got through those cravings by eating those like seaweed snacks.
Yeah.
And that's how I could get through.
Yeah. It's like tricking yourself.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, if you are okay with it, I'd love to jump back in time and just kind of talk about you and the early days of maybe what was Lizzie's Bakery before it was Lizzie's Bakery, and kind of how we got to where we are today with you, with these pop-ups and these home delivery and as a social media star and all of these things in between. Yeah, I'd love to kind of hear the backstory and how we got here.
Yeah, so Lizzie's Bakery technically is this month 10 years old.
Oh, and congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so 10 years is when I first started. It was like, I'm going to start baking, and I'm going to name it Lizzie's Bakery. So that was March of 2016. But before that, I studied at BYU, Brigham Young University in Utah. I lived there, like 4 or 5 years, and I studied advertising. And the whole time I was in college, I always wanted to live in a big city, be a big ad agency girl. You know, and I did amazing internships in New York City, Boston, at Hill Holiday, and then in Salt Lake City. So that was my dream, was just to be famous in advertising. and I love being in the city. And so I worked, right after I graduated, I worked in New York and in Boston. And then in Boston, I moved to Utah to take a job for like a influencer advertising agency. So that's like 2014 when the influencer world was kind of coming up.
Right.
So the work was really cool. I just I wasn't a big fan of like the people I worked with. Sure. It was such a small agency. But it was cool to see like everything going on from, I was the account manager. So like the middleman of like paying these YouTubers huge amounts of money for promoting a video game.
Right.
And I'm like, dang, this is so crazy. Like, why am I sitting here just emailing people, you know?
Yeah.
So I was in that world, and then I ended up jumping ship and working at a social media job for like a B2B sales company, like literally the boringest job you can think of. The company, I think they're like done now, but it was called InsideSales.com. Like it just sounds boring. But I was working with one of my best friends, and at that job, I was so bored that I would go home, and I was newly married. I got married really young at like 22, and I was newly married. My husband was still an undergrad at BYU. So I was the only one like providing with my like $32,000 salary. And I would come home and just like search Pinterest and search YouTube, and just like finally got into like round layer cakes where I just got like hyper focused. I'm like, I really want to learn how to make a cake because I've never done that before. In college, if you rewind in college, BYU is very conservative Mormon school where people don't drink or
Right.
party, but everyone eats sugar. And so I would throw these huge dessert parties when I was in college. And that's when Pinterest was starting, like just came out, like 2012. So I would make these cookies or brownies and bake for my roommates or friends from college and do these dessert parties. But I never made a cake.
Right.
I never made a start to finish a round layer cake. So after this job, this social media job, I would come home and look on YouTube, and then finally got the courage to buy all my cake supplies and cake decorating tools. And then I made a cake for my niece's 5-year birthday. And it was some like almond fancy cake, like an almond cake. And she hated it because it wasn't your box like funfetti.
Yeah.
But it was like so fun to do, so fun to make this cake, and I got hooked. So then I would work this job, come home, and just make more cakes for friends and family. And then fast forward to 2 weeks later, that job laid me off. And I had always worked since I was 16 years old. So like being laid off, I was like, I just got fired.
Yeah.
Like it's the worst day ever. And then my husband was still in school. And I was like, what do I do? Do I just get another job? And he's like, just relax. Like I'm going to graduate in a month and then we're going to move. Like we didn't want to stay in Utah.
Yeah.
We wanted to go to California because he's from LA. And so I was like, okay, I'll just like bake, I'll just like I'm going to try selling a cake.
Yeah.
And that's where Lizzie's Bakery was born because I was like trying to think of a name. And I chose Lizzie's Bakery because I didn't want to in the future be like, oh, I don't want to be like Lizzie's Cakes. And then I don't want to do cakes anymore. So I wanted to be Lizzie's Bakery, just like all encompassing. And I sold my first cake for $20
Yeah.
for a friend. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, someone's going to pay me money to make a cake for them. So 2016 was the start of Lizzie's Bakery. And that's kind of how it was born, from being laid off.
I love it. And then how is it as you have moved? So you moved to California and then here. How has it evolved with you as you've lived on different coasts? And like kind of what's that process been like?
Yeah, so did cakes for friends in Utah until my husband graduated, and then we did a short study abroad. We did Oxford University together, which was super fun. And then before Oxford, he had a job offer in LA, so we moved to LA after that summer, and we lived in this town called Playa Vista, which is like, I would say Silicon.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
Silicon Beach. Yeah.
And I was like, this is the perfect area where I can like, all the ad agencies are there, like the big ones that I looked up to. And I interviewed and I got an offer to one of them, and it was the same thing, $32,000 plus overtime.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sounds like a lot of work for nothing. Yeah. And I ended up talking to an old friend from college who was doing a startup for like a travel agency, and I ended up working for her, like freelancing, freelance marketing and partnerships. And so I worked with her for a year just so I can also bake on the side.
Right.
And she was very flexible and let me bake, and I was able to help grow her company that year. But yeah, I was baking, and it wasn't a lot. I had like 1 to 2 orders.
Yeah.
Maybe every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But somehow in LA, I got into like the mom groups of like, not the influencer mom groups, but what would I call them? Just like the Hollywood mom group. I don't know. They were just like these pockets of mom groups that found me and trusted me in making their kids' cakes, and then word spread. And then I was making cakes for, I don't know if you know this celebrity, Kat Sadler. She was on E! One of the hosts, and I made her cake for her and her kids, and just kind of from there just baked for clients in LA here and there. But it was hard because driving in LA, you're just in traffic, so it's like harder to get. If someone wanted something in like the San Gabriel Valley area, it's like an hour and a half drive.
Right.
But I would do it because I said yes to everything. And yeah, I loved LA, and we were only there for a year before his company was like, do you want to move to Boston? And then since I lived here before doing an internship, I was like, yes, let's move to Boston. Like, it was so fun living here for that one summer.
Yeah.
So then we came to Boston in 2017. So 2017 after LA. Yeah.
Very good. So then in Boston, it was one of those things where you had to like reestablish yourself, right? These mom groups, like new things.
Yeah.
And,
So I was headfirst in LA where I joined, wedding industry groups.
Yeah.
I felt like LA was home, even just that 1 year, because I think wherever I go, I'm gonna make the most of it until I leave. And even when we knew we were moving to Boston, I didn't even tell anyone because I was like, I don't want people to be like, oh, she's leaving, I don't want to work with her.
Yeah.
I just I kept it a secret until literally like a week before I left.
Yeah.
So then when we moved to Boston, a friend from college was like, oh, are you gonna get a job there in advertising or something? And I was like, no, I don't know yet. Like I don't know yet. And so she's like, well, my sister needs a nanny for her 2 kids. She works for the Celtics.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay. And it was in exchange for free rent. And coming from LA to Boston, where we didn't really know anyone here, there's realtors who were FaceTiming us like apartments, and like nothing looked good for what we could afford.
Right.
And so it worked out where I nannied for these 2 kids. They lived in Framingham, but where we would be living in exchange for that free rent was in the grandma's carriage house in Wellesley.
Oh, cool.
So think of like a garage, and we lived on the top floor.
Yeah.
And I would just commute to Framingham. And the girl who I would be working for, she was the executive secretary to the head coach.
Oh, wow.
Brad Stevens at the time. And she was also like the middleman between the basketball wives and girlfriends. So if they needed something, they would call her.
Yeah.
She would be the one in the delivery room.
Yeah.
Like, if they were at an away game.
Yeah,
She was the one. So my hours were kind of crazy.
Odd, yeah. Yeah.
So, but it was before kids, and it
Yeah.
was easy. And I've never even nannied. I never even babysat kids before.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I'll do it. So it worked out. But then what's cool, the cool thing is when the mom or the basketball girlfriend needed a birthday cake.
Yeah. You were there.
She was like, oh, my nanny bakes cakes. So my first ever cakes I baked here were for Celtics families.
That's amazing.
So that was like really cool to say, like, on Instagram, like I baked this cake for so that was my first interactions with like just making cakes for someone.
I love it. And then how did it grow on social media? Like, what has that piece been about, right? Because I know that's kind of this thing that like is like this necessary part of this that sometimes can probably drive you nuts, or like how is like that part of it been for you?
Definitely in the beginning I was trying to promote Lizzie's Bakery with hashtags, like just trying to get my name out there. It wasn't until March 2018 was when I commented on a food influencer's dumpling photo. She was at Boston Foodies at the time. Her name was Tiffany. She's amazing. She ended up leaving and starting a new company that's like amazing. But she was a Boston food influencer, and I commented on her dumpling picture, and I said, oh, those dumplings look so good. And then she commented back, thank you. I love your cakes. And I was like, oh, and I commented back, hey, if you ever need a cake, like, let me know. And then she ended up messaging me later on and was like, hey, my birthday's coming up. You can have Creative Rain. I'd love to like promote your cakes. And I'm like, sure. So I make her a free cake. She posted it on her Instagram in March. And after she posted it, she did it like, she saved it in like her highlights, posted on her stories, did like a main feed post. And I got thousands of New England based followers from her and hundreds of cake inquiries. Yeah. Like it was crazy.
Power of it all, huh?
Literally blew up overnight, where in February, I just remember this. In February, I was doing like, in my Excel spreadsheet, it had 4 cake orders that month. Yeah. Then in March 2018, it was like 40 cake orders. Yeah. Just because of her and sharing that. And I don't know if I was like the start of home bakeries or new bakers, but people just like reached out and was like, I want you to make my cake. That's and incredible. I was living in this carriage house where the oven wasn't even a normal size oven. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it blew up.
I guess like outside of saying yes, if someone was watching this, right? Someone who loves baking or is interested in baking and is like maybe you 10 years ago, like what advice would you give to that person, like who's sitting in his or her living room, like coming home from work and baking? What would your I don't know, motivation be?
I think it would just be to start. I kind of just started baking because I was bored, right? I think a lot of people, especially if they want to do this as a business, are are hesitant to start.
Yeah.
They want to wait till the perfect moment or get the right amount of clients to like get their health permit ready. You know, it's just like you just got to start.
Yeah.
And everything will come.
Yeah.
And also, like, don't worry about the money at first because you want to do this because you like it. So the best is just to start and do it. And that's the cool thing about baking is that you can learn. There's always something to learn with baking. There's never like you've done everything in baking.
Right.
And you're done.
Right.
And that's what I love about it. When I'm in a creative rut, I just go on Pinterest and I look up other things that are not cakes.
Yep.
That I'm like, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. And it'll kind of get my brain going again.
Yep.
But always saying yes and just like the networks, the connections you make,
Yep.
keep it and foster it because you never know what's going to happen 3 to 5 years from now or even next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. This is great. I'm excited to ask you. So the questions I have for the second part of this interview are, I try to keep them not cake related, and kind of the thing is we talk about here is like unaffiliated, right? Because I think people like to know. Like one time we had someone on who kept just saying like his restaurant, and I was like, that's not really the point. So we ask you to broaden your horizons and I'm curious about cookies and ice cream and some stuff maybe not squarely in your wheelhouse as an expert though.
Which is funny because I love other people's baked goods. Because I've baked my cake so much.
Right.
That I'm like someone walk into my home, like, it smells so good. I'm like, I don't smell anything.
Yeah.
I am numb to the smell.
We normalize everything, right? It's like you normalize whether you like it or not, you normalize everything. And so we were just talking before you got here. I saw this is not even worth sharing, but I saw this video on Instagram of it was like a Michelin starred restaurant chocolate chip cookie thing.
Oh, okay.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's unbelievable. This guy is making these huge cookies. The labor, it looks like it took him all day to make 4 cookies. And I was like completely, obsessed with it. And it's just like, that's just the thing that you would never really consider, right? The thought, like how much time, energy, and attention can go into a single cookie.
Yeah.
But it's applicable to everything, right? So, let's get to the fun stuff, all right? So this one is, we try to do like Mount Rushmores here, which is like your top 4 favorite things. So if you had to, we'll call them bakeries, but it's really like any place to get a dessert, right?
Okay.
If it's like a cookie shop or whatever it is, right? But like, what is your Mount Rushmore of Massachusetts dessert places or bakeries?
Yeah, so if someone were to come to me, like, where should I go to Boston and get baked goods? So first one I would say classic Bova's Bakery in the North End.
Yep.
24 hours. The best thing to get is their Florentine cookies. I just always ask them, like, can I get a pound of your Florentine cookies? And then I'm good. Next one is Corner Cafe Bakery in Chinatown. I love Asian baked goods. I think that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to make them.
Right.
As good as they can.
Yeah.
And my kids love it. I always go there. And they have savory and sweet.
Yeah.
It's the perfect, like, if you want not super sweet cakes, go to Corner Cafe Bakery. I think the last one would be, I've been getting a lot of stuff from Bakey Babka lately, like all their different babkas in Faneuil Hall, just because I'm already over there.
Right.
Like I see my stuff, but then I'm like, I'm gonna get a babka or like a cookie from them.
Right.
Because they're so huge and so soft and just fresh. They have good baked goods.
Yeah, and it's different from what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. And then if you had to pick like your single favorite dessert here, like if it's, this is your favorite, someone's saying, what is your favorite dessert available to you in Massachusetts? What are you getting?
Favorite dessert? Trying to think. Like whenever I go to a restaurant, I always go for the creme brulee. Maybe because I just never make those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like a good creme brulee, but I can't remember. I can't actually remember like a restaurant that I've gone recently. I just feel like every restaurant has creme brulee.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be a creme brulee.
That's fair. I'll take it. And then this next one is like this is not baking related. This is food related. This is I'm trying to. This is our first baking episode, by the way. So
oh, nice.
I'm a novice in the baking world, but I'm trying to learn. But this is a question that people love here, which is like your last night on Earth, and you're in Massachusetts, and it ends tomorrow. Like, what are you having for dinner tonight?
So I always tell everyone like my death row meal.
Yeah.
Kind of like that question.
Yeah, exactly.
is Hawaiian food.
Okay.
Like, I think Manoa Poke in
Somerville. Yeah.
So I've been there a couple of times, but I know they have good Hawaiian food. But basically, classic like chicken teriyaki and rice.
Yeah.
A mac salad and a spam musubi is like
That's
I can die and I'll be happy.
I love that. Manoa. Yeah, I used to live really close to that.
Yeah, I know. I wish I was closer.
Yeah.
Because I would go there more because I don't know anywhere else that has good Hawaiian food.
Yeah.
Besides like Poke Works in Faneuil Hall that sells poke, and that's where I get my spam musubis from.
Yeah.
I was born in Hawaii.
Okay.
So, and we're going there for our kids' spring break, so I'm excited.
Cool.
I just love Hawaiian food so much.
Okay. And there's not a lot here.
I know.
Well, so Manoa, that's the first call from Manoa Death Row meal. So that's a very, very good one. Okay. And then this is sort of a similar question, but does well here. So we like to ask it, which is like if you could craft a perfect day of eating. So it's like you go out, traffic doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But what is your perfect day of, you get one breakfast, one lunch, one dinner, and a dessert if you want it, of course.
Yeah.
But where are you going as you craft your Massachusetts kind of perfect day of eating?
So it's so funny because my husband's like, "What's your favorite day?" And I'm like, "It's a day full of eating."
Yeah.
First breakfast, I would either go get like a breakfast sandwich from Flour Bakery. And get any like cookie or croissants from there. I love Joanne Chang. She's like my idol.
Yeah.
And then for lunch, I would go to Chinatown and get soup dumplings from Taiwan Cafe, or dim sum from Hai La Moon.
Yep.
I just love Asian food, and I love Chinatown. So anywhere in Chinatown really. And then for a quick snack, more baked goods, either from like, if you're walking the Boston Commons or Boston Public Garden, go to Bakey because they're right there. Or stop by the Flour at the Boston Commons. Like, this is what I do with my kids. And then dinner, probably something fancier.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of Salty Girl.
Yep.
I really think their lobster rolls are so good.
Yep.
And their raw, like, seafood tower.
Yeah.
Like, I could eat. Me and my friend once got, just me and him, the most expensive seafood tower, like oysters, clams, shrimp, and it was the best.
I love it.
That's how and then dessert after would either be, we just had Amarino gelato on Newbury Street with my oldest. He loves ice cream, and that was really good. I haven't had it in a while, so I would stop by and get Amarino gelato. Because it's shaped as a flower.
That is a good day.
That's what I would do, and literally that would be my perfect day.
All right, so this next one, you kind of touched on it a little bit already, but I'm gonna reframe it just in case there's another answer, which is like people who like breakfast sweets, right? So pastries and donuts and danishes and all that stuff. Like, do you have a spot that you love for those type of things?
So favorite donuts, Union Square donuts.
Yep.
They're my go-to. I think they're so soft and so many good flavors. And I feel like they're easily accessible, right? I got to get them at Boston Public Market when I'm in the city, when I go to Somerville, you know. But lately, if you're in my area in Acton, there's a new cafe that just opened called Thinking Flour. Okay. And it's so cute. It's like you're walking into a San Francisco bakery cafe in the middle of the woods. Yeah. Because there's nothing it's in Boxborough. Yeah. And Boxborough is very woodsy, and no one really knows about it. And that if you're in my area, if you're coming to go apple picking, stop by Thinking Flour in Boxborough.
Get yourself a breakfast pastry.
Yeah, their croissants are so good.
Cool. All right. Well, then this is a weird one too, which is, I don't even know if there's an answer to this, but like, is there like since you've been here, is there like a uniquely Massachusetts dessert? Is there something that, like, I don't know, that we do here that isn't done well elsewhere? Do you think it's done well here? Like, what?
Yeah, well, first thought is Boston cream pie.
Yep.
I think the first ever one was like Omni Parker House in the city. And it's so funny because being at Snowport, a lot of the vendors try to do Boston-based things because that's kind of how it is. Like
Right,
tourists
right.
come,
Yeah.
which is crazy because my bestseller is a Boston cream pie cake jar. And
course.
it's when I'm working there, I don't work retail a ton, but you know, someone will come from a different state, like, I gotta get the Boston cream pie cake jar. I'm like, this is not like original.
Yeah.
Like I'm just copying someone.
Yeah.
But people see that and they're like, they buy it because it just says Boston.
Yeah. So tourism, because I don't think it's a thing that people here really think of, but yeah, it is a tourist draw. The Boston cream.
Or like a cannoli, right?
Yeah, cannoli, right.
I don't make cannolis. I have done cannolis. We have a partnership with Bostonia Public House Restaurant. And see where I say yes to everything.
Yeah.
I have my dessert menu, but then they'll ask, "Hey, do you do cannolis?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'll make cannolis.
Yeah.
Cannoli is.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of cannolis though.
I hate them.
I think I love going to Mike's Pastry, but I don't get a cannoli there.
Same thing.
I get their Boston cream pie
Same
there.
thing.
But they're just so big. It's so yeah.
I agree. I will say, I don't know if I've ever even said this. I hate cannolis. I think if you look at Italian desserts, there are like 10 that are better than cannolis. I think it is like there are so many good Italian desserts, and cannolis is like the ratio of cream to cookie is way off for me. I do not like cannolis. I never have. I don't understand why people love them so much, and they become like ubiquitous in Boston, and they're everywhere. Not for me.
You know, people wait in lines to go.
Yeah, you fly out of here. There's people with Mike's pastry boxes on every flight leaving Boston.
Yeah.
Listen, again, I love those places. I love Mike's. I love Modern. I love Boba. I love those places. But I don't like cannolis.
I know. That's why you have to try the Florentine cookies from Boba's because they're so good.
That's right. All right, now you got me hot about cannolis. All right, and then this next one is we've been talking around this a lot, but like, do you have like a favorite ice cream shop? Like it's hot out, it's summertime, not like it is right now.
Yeah.
It's taking the kids out. Where are you going?
Favorite ice cream shop near us, Kimball's.
Yep.
They have like tons of flavors, but the cool thing about Kimball's is like it's so creamy, so fresh. I think they make it there. And if you buy a small isn't a small like this. A small is like this big. So it's good bang for your buck there.
Yeah.
And what we do, the hack that my family does, is we order a banana split, and you can choose 3 ice creams, and then it's this for like $10.
Yeah.
And it's this huge mountain of ice cream with toppings and bananas and everything, and it's like literally this big.
Yeah.
I can show you a picture, but this big, and then me, my husband, and my 5-year-old would share it. My oldest is picky, so he just gets his like vanilla. But we can eat that for $10 compared to getting 3 smalls for $6 each.
Yeah.
Right. So then we save money, and it's this huge mountain of ice cream.
Yeah. I mean, that $10 is like that. You get a pint of ice cream at the supermarket now. It almost costs $10.
Yeah, it's like 10 for like the junior and 11 for like the large. And we just get the large, and we can literally eat the whole thing, our whole family.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I think there's so many ice cream places around here, right? And a lot of them are seasonal.
Yeah.
And so it's like around this time of the year, like the worst of the winter's behind us. But I do drive. I drive for work. It takes me about 40 minutes to get to work, so I'm always kind of on back roads and little towns and everything. And it's like I do drive by those like seasonal ice cream shops now, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna be open soon. It means it's gonna be warm.
I know, and I feel like ice cream here in New England is a whole different level than ice cream in Vegas.
I've heard that there's like soft serve is a do you ever like soft serve?
I do like soft serve.
I was told that's kind of way more prominent here than it is anywhere else.
Yeah, like we had in the fall when we go up to Vermont to see the leaves and stuff, like we'll definitely go like get the class like maple creamies or whatever it's called, and those are so good. Yeah. I just love anything sugar. Like it's really bad.
Yeah, hey, you and like 98% of everybody. So
like I had to I'm trying to get like health goals going, and like I'm trying to like be good because we're going to Hawaii, and I'm like I'm just gonna not do sugar. And for me, I have to do cold turkey. Yeah. But then it's also like really bad. Like I think I did cold turkey like 2 weeks ago. I kept getting these headaches. Yeah. I was like giving these headaches to my husband, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe you're having withdrawals." Yeah. And I think that like ChatGPT, I was like, "I cut sugar out the past 2 days. Like, why am I getting these headaches?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're addicted.
It's like wean it off. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to try. I mean, even if you, right, it's probably difficult just to
It's
not.
so hard to beat because I'm around it all the time.
Yeah.
Like we had to bake cookies for the shop and make cakes, and it's like, as much as I've had it before, it's like, oh, trying this little frosting here and there, or like eating this one cookie. You know, it adds up, and it's a right. It's bad and good.
Yeah, I listen. I get it. I think that it's challenging. It is challenging. I similarly once I drink a lot of coffee, and I once did cold turkey on coffee, and I had headaches for 10 days.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's just like like 1 or 2 Advil would knock it out, but like you don't really want to be taking that much Advil.
Yeah. I was taking ibuprofen. I really never take medicine, and I was taking ibuprofen because of these headaches.
Yeah, it's not great. And yeah, but and the thing too is like after 10 days, I was like, okay, I think I got it out of my system, and then I just went right back to it again. You know, so it's like not lesson, not learned.
Moderation.
Exactly.
Moderation, everyone.
Exactly. Now what I do is I allow myself to drink as much coffee as I want, but I have to stop by 11 a.m.
Oh.
So I'll like, funnel it till 11 and then it's done.
Yeah.
Well, I am now looking forward to summer. I have a whole new list of dessert places I want to try. And then, Lizzie, in ending, I love to, we've talked a lot about what you've done and where you're at today. And I'd love, like, you mentioned you're taking it kind of day by day. But is there anything like for this year or in the future that you're excited about, that you're looking forward to, that we want to put on?
So recently we won Best of Boston wedding cakes.
Fantastic.
So I'm excited for a year of, wedding cake orders. And it's moving here. I didn't know how big of a deal Boston Magazine was.
Yeah.
So we won Best of Boston 2021, 2023, and 2026.
That's amazing.
Which is mind-blowing to me because we literally just do this in my house.
Yeah.
If you walked into my house, you'd be like, what? How do you guys live like this? Like, there's fridges and freezers everywhere. Like, my kids' toys are over there.
Yeah.
But we make it work,
Yeah.
and by doing this home bakery, my main goal, I think, going back to like the social media part of it, and advertising part, is that I would love to help other home bakers grow their home bakeries, because I have 10 years of knowledge of mistakes, successes, a network that I would love to help other bakers and create like an online course.
Right.
Or some type of membership or database where people can come, like, have a question like, what do I need for farmers markets?
Yeah.
How do I get my health permit? Just like those simple things where I didn't have.
Yeah.
Because I was taking it day by day.
Right.
And Googling things, messing up on a lot of things. If I had like this database of like home bakery knowledge, I would have saved probably lots of time and money.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Especially like after having this third baby, it's like I want to step back more. I want to like not be staying up late till 2 a.m. doing cakes all the time, but knowing, like, having all this knowledge and like giving that back now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can. Right now I run a local bakers group with another baker friend of mine, and we do monthly meetups, and we have this like baker group Instagram chat of like 50 of us bakers right now.
Yeah.
And what's cool is that we refer businesses to each other. And I think how I'm so successful in Lizzie's Bakery is because I have that abundance mindset.
Yeah.
And there's always so much cake to go around.
Right.
I can't make all the cakes in all of Boston, and so I love this group that we have because we can always refer each other business. If anyone has any questions, we're all already up late at night.
Yeah.
And so we can easily answer each other's questions. If someone needs something to borrow, like, this community is amazing. And so I hope to like foster that community more with online courses, and meetups, just so that I just love helping.
Yeah.
Like, I love helping people. I'm an open book to anyone.
Yeah.
I don't think people should gatekeep anything because it doesn't help anyone, So
It's good.
Just want to be there for everyone.
Yeah, that's a lot. I love it. I think that's kind. I think that you will also, that's one thing, like if you're focused on helping, it's really hard to burn out. It's really hard to get exhausted when like that's the thing that's driving you, because that is like a thing that really does kind of at least put wind in your back, right? And it just doesn't, if you're pursuing growth or money or notoriety or anything like that, right? Like I find that those are a little hollow, in and of themselves, right? And alone, they're not, on their own, they're not bad. But if you're out to help, I think that you're gonna do a lot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I'm hoping, yeah, I in the works trying to get like digital content out
Yeah.
for bakers. You know, as much as I want to give out free
Yeah,
content
yeah,
and
yeah.
free help, it'd be fun to make that passive income because I know how to market it.
Yeah.
I know how to market it. I just need to make it. And I have all this knowledge in my brain
Right.
and just putting it all into
Pull it
like
out.
a PDF or online course. Like right now I'm trying to create a cake jar course because that's one of our best selling products at markets. And we have the numbers to show like this is how much you can make
Right.
just making cake jars
Right.
and selling cake jars.
Right.
It's not a new product. I didn't invent cake jars,
Right.
you know, but I can show you like the numbers
Yeah.
and how much money you can make doing it and who you can partner with and, you know. So I feel like I have all this knowledge I'm just keeping inside. I just want to like
Yeah.
have the time to make it and release it because
I love it.
I think it'll help a lot of people.
I love it. So then you give me one more question, which is you reminded me the best of Boston wedding cakes. So how has that changed your kind of, has that increased the amount of wedding cakes you're making? I'm sure it has. What can people do? They want you to be their wedding cake, baker and designer and all that. How far in advance do they have to get a hold of you? Like what's the process for that now that you are, I think the target's on your back for all the brides of Boston.
Yeah, like I said, like I didn't know it was such a big deal. Like I remember winning in 2021. It was still pandemic, and I was in California on vacation, and someone had texted me like, "Oh my gosh, congrats!" And I'm like, "What? Like what? Do you, congrats for what? Like you won Best of Boston." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like now what?"
Yeah.
And I didn't know how big of a deal it was, and then the inquiries just started coming
Yeah.
in, and I finally had to put like on my inquiry website like, how did you find about me, or how did you hear about me?
Right.
And 90% was Best of Boston, because I think when you Google Best Boston Wedding Cakes,
It comes. That's like
the Boston Magazine article comes up,
Sure.
and then that's where I am. So I went from, I think before 2020, so 2018, 2019, 2020, I was doing like 10 to 15 wedding cakes a year. Same with 2021. Then when I won in 2022 was when kind of like the big wedding, everyone was out of COVID.
Post-COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah,
post-COVID, either doing elopements, micro weddings, just everyone just wanted to get together with their family and friends. So 2022, I did 60 weddings.
Wow.
Because of, I think, Best of Boston
Yeah.
was that big push.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it was like people are still finding me
Right.
from Best of Boston. And then I always think it's so crazy, and maybe it's like imposter syndrome that I've won 3 times in the past 6 years, because I'm like, there's huge bakeries in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Montilio's,
Yeah.
Konditormeister, like all these huge bakeries have been here for so long, and I'm just like doing this in my home
Yeah.
with like my kids running around me.
Yeah.
So that's why I hope when people follow me or see me on Instagram that they know like there's hope. I can do this too,
Yeah.
as a busy mom or someone that for like a side gig, like
Yeah.
or I work a full-time job. I think I can do this, like, because there's hope.
I agree. I think that's right, and I think that's obviously something that people are responding with that, right? That you aren't working in some big facility with
Yeah.
all industrial size everything. It's that it's coming from
Yeah.
your house, and that matters to people. So I
Yeah,
think
but the money we've saved
yeah,
for overhead costs,
Yeah.
right, is crazy. Like
Yeah.
we pay a mortgage, but like we don't have to pay rent for anyone else.
Right.
And to your question on like how far in advance should you book, I think people have this stigma of like, oh, I need to book my wedding cake way in advance, like
Yeah.
6 months before. I'm like, I don't bake your cake until the week of.
yeah,
So even if you give me a month,
Yeah.
that's still a lot of time. But I think brides in their head are like, I need to
Everything.
get this in
Yeah.
if she's going to be booked. I take lots of last minute cakes. And yeah, so just if you're a bride seeing this, you have time. I'm not seeing your cake until the week of.
Yeah.
And I think just people are like planners and they
Yeah.
want to just get it done.
Right.
But yeah, I would say ideal 3 months
Perfect.
before. If you do more, then that's great. But 2027, I have no idea where I'll be in 2027.
Sure.
So like, don't reach out yet.
I love it. All right. Well, Lizzie, thank you so much. I've enjoyed this conversation. You have inspired me. I'm going to eat a lot of sweets, maybe this week and this weekend.
In moderation.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Please come back anytime.
Yeah, thanks,
and,
Jack.
We'll talk soon.
Hey, thank you.